Let's get real about it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm G, and today, we're diving into a topic on everyone's mind. Is online love real? The internet opens a world of connection, but also deception. How do you navigate this digital dating world without getting played? Let's find out together. Your heart is precious. Protect it from phantoms on a screen. We'll look at signs of genuine connections online. You deserve real, and you deserve honesty. Let's get to it. Alright, let's talk about the first big sign: consistent communication. Now, I'm not talking about someone blowing up your phone 24/7 because that can be a red flag of its own, like love bombing. I'm talking about a steady, reliable pattern of interaction. If someone is genuinely interested in getting to know you, they're going to make an effort to stay in touch. They won't disappear for days on end without a word and then pop back up with some lame excuse. That's game playing, and you don't have time for that. In any relationship, whether it starts online or offline, consistency builds trust. It shows respect for your time and your feelings. When someone makes a regular effort to talk to you, to ask about your day, to share a bit about theirs, it signals that they value the connection you're building. Inconsistent communication, on the other hand, is a huge warning sign. If they're hot one day and cold the next, if their messages are sporadic and unpredictable, you've got to ask yourself why. A real connection feels like a comfortable exchange, not a roller coaster of attention and silence. Video calls should be a non-negotiable if you're serious about someone you've met online. Seeing their face and hearing their voice in real time is crucial. If someone avoids video calls, that's a giant red flag. Catfishing is rampant. A live video call is much harder to fake. It lets you see if they match their pictures. Observe their mannerisms and environment. Authentic people are usually open to video calls. Seeing is believing. Open your eyes wide. Alright, sign number 3, they start sharing genuine personal stories. When someone is truly interested in building a connection, they begin to open up and share parts of their life, their history, their vulnerabilities. This isn't about them trauma dumping on you on day one. That's another red flag for different reasons. It's about a gradual, mutual unfolding of who you both are as people, beyond the surface-level pleasantries. A genuine person will share anecdotes from their childhood, talk about their family, discuss their past experiences, their hopes, their fears, and even some of their mistakes. These stories are what make us human. They provide context and depth. This sharing should feel natural and reciprocal. It's not an interrogation and it's not a monologue. Someone who is only interested in a superficial connection, or worse, someone who is fabricating a persona, will often struggle with this. Genuine sharing is about connection, not about creating a dependency or fast-forwarding intimacy in an unhealthy way. Let's talk about something that can ground an online connection in a bit more reality: mutual friends or connections. Now, this isn't always possible, especially if you meet someone from a completely different geographical area or social circle. But if there's an opportunity to find some overlap, however small, it can be a very telling sign. Why? Because it adds a layer of accountability and makes the person less of an anonymous entity floating in cyberspace. If you met on a platform that shows mutual friends, or if through conversation you discover you know people in common, these are little anchors to the real world. A genuine person usually won't have a problem with you knowing these connections. Someone who is being deceptive, however, will often be very cagey about anything that could tie them to a verifiable network. The presence of mutual connections, even distant ones, makes it harder for them to maintain a false narrative. Alright, let's delve into the digital breadcrumbs everyone leaves: their social media presence. In this day and age, most people have some sort of online footprint, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or something else. A genuine person will typically have a social media profile that looks, well, real. This doesn't mean they need to be an influencer with thousands of followers, but their profile should show signs of a life being lived. What does a real profile look like? It usually has some history. Posts dating back a while, not just created last week. Photos that include other people, friends, family, not just a string of solo selfies. Interactions from others in the comments, tags and photos from friends. It should paint a picture that's reasonably consistent with what they've told you about their life, their hobbies, their work, and their social circle. Be very wary of profiles that are brand new, have very few posts, or only feature professional-looking solo shots that could easily be stock photos or stolen from someone else. A genuine person's online life, like their real life, usually has more depth and a longer history. This next sign is a big one because it speaks volumes about intention. They talk about and make plans for the future with you. I'm not saying they need to be picking out wedding china after a week of chatting, but someone who is genuinely interested in you and sees a potential relationship will naturally start to incorporate you into their thoughts about the future, even in small ways. This could be as simple as saying, "We should watch that new movie when it comes out next month," or "I'd love to show you my favorite coffee shop if you're ever in town." These aren't grand, binding commitments, but they indicate that the person sees the connection extending beyond the present moment. Contrast this with someone who is always vague about the future, who deflects any talk of meeting up, or who only seems interested in the immediate gratification of chatting. If they're not investing in the idea of a shared future, even a hypothetical one, it might mean they don't see one or they're not serious. Genuine interest breeds a desire to integrate lives, even if it's just planning to share experiences. Sign number 7, they respect your boundaries. A genuine person will honor your limits and personal space. They won't push you to do things you're not comfortable with. Boundaries can be about anything: how often you communicate, what topics you're willing to discuss. A respectful person will listen and adjust their behavior. They understand that no is a complete sentence. So there you have it, folks. 7 signs that you're talking to someone genuine online. Life and love are more complicated than that, but these are powerful indicators to help you navigate online connections with more clarity and confidence. It's important to protect your heart. Stay open to the possibility of real love, even online. Like, comment, and subscribe for more advice. You are in control of who you let into your life. See you in the next one.